Creativity perspective on resonance and the resonance cavity. One concept that the journey of exploration into our creativity revealed, which has a great relevance to our creativity, is the concept of resonance and the associated concept of a resonance cavity. This discussion introduces both the concept of resonance and the resonance cavity. Resonance is a physical phenomenon that rises when a system or object experiences some form of an energy, either as a vibration or some external force that matches its natural frequency. The natural frequency is the frequency at which the system will oscillate or vibrate when disturbed without being subject to a driving force. Objects can have more than one natural frequency. When the external energy or force matches the natural frequency, the object or system absorbs the energy from the external force and starts vibrating with a larger amplitude. The resonance cavity is a structure which captures particular frequencies of energies which cause the structure to oscillate with greater amplitude than other frequencies. Before we proceed, here it needs to be remembered that the focus of this recording is directed at empowering our creativity and our creative imagination and uses the creativity perspective. Some of the concepts presented are analogies and serve a pedagogical purpose. One should not assume they are exactly the way creation works, but are effective for our creativity and the exploration of our creativity and of creation. Although these concepts may be used literally in some situations, you are encouraged to see them symbolically in creative applications. Resonance and resonant cavities are two such concepts which both have literal application as discussed below, as well as symbolized or analogously used in creativity. Creative resonance is about experiencing an application or an increase in energy or an enhanced freedom of movement creatively in some way. The expression often used is, "I resonate with that," whatever that is. The expression usually means we feel an expansion in some way within our being. A creative resonant cavity is any structure or arrangement that allows for the cavity to receive and amplify a given energy. The amplification most common to creativity is our mind creates a resonant cavity by how and what it thinks and believes to create thoughts. That is, certain beliefs create a mindset or a way of perceiving creation and experiences that result in a feeling of being energized, catalyzed, or an expansion within us. A standing wave is a wave that appears to be standing still, created by the interference of two waves traveling in opposite directions, and can explain how the concept of the resonant works. A standing wave can be formed and can give rise to a resonant wave of a unique frequency. Consider a taut string attached between two boundaries as in the picture. One boundary fixed and the other attached to a device that allows for moving the string up and down to generate waves on the string. The device moving the string up and down applies the external force which adds energy to the system. When the oscillation creates a wavelength that fits the length of the string, a standing wave is generated as seen in the following figure. The lowest frequency or vibration, whose wavelength is twice the length of the string, allows a standing wave to be generated. The wavelength is twice the length of the string because a full wave have a cycle up and down, and a full half cycle will fit the length of the string. This frequency is the fundamental frequency for that particular string arrangement. Resonance is a phenomenon that arises when a system or object experiences some form of energy, either as a vibration or some external force that matches the natural frequency. When this happens, the object or system absorbs energy from the external force and starts vibrating with a larger amplitude. When a taut, potentially vibrating string is fixed between two boundaries, as in the figure, is exposed to different frequencies, what you observe is that certain frequencies the object or system will oscillate or resonate with a greater amplitude within the cavity. That is, the string will vibrate with an increased amplitude. The particular frequencies at which the string vibrates are called resonant frequencies, and the frequency that is the lowest frequency is called the fundamental frequency. All frequencies other than the resonant frequencies do not capture and do not cause any increased amplification in the vibration of the string. In essence, they do not resonate with the system. A structure which captures the resonance frequencies is called a resonance cavity. There is a phenomenon that is not seen as a resonance phenomenon, but is very similar in how it selects a particular energy which gives an excitation to what absorbs it. This phenomenon is an atomic absorption, where the particular energy corresponding to one of the changes in the orbital levels of the electron will be absorbed and the atom enters an excited state. This is presented here to show that the concept of absorbing energy to change the state of an atom is conceptually similar to us creating a thought and being subsequently energized or catalyzed to act in some way in response to that thought. That is, when we resonate with something, we feel a greater energy available to act. One example where resonance has a creativity application is how we create thoughts. Our mind, by how and what it thinks and believes, creates a particular mindset, belief system, or arrangement of beliefs. In doing so, it does two things relative to creating a thought. The first thing is to recognize, capture, or resonate with an energy, and the second step is to interpret the energy and characterize it into a thought. Analogously, mind, by how it structures how and what it thinks and believes, can be seen as forming a resonance cavity. This cavity captures energy and creates thoughts from that with which it resonates. That is, energy is perceived as a non-localized wave, and as it passes through the structure created by our mindset, the mindset causes the energy to be localized into a particle, that is, the observed thought. Although the cavity created by our mind is analogous to the resonant cavity of a vibrating string, there's an additional aspect that is different than the simple resonance described. In essence, you could say there is a mind portion and a body portion. The body portion can be seen as an energy detector or antenna, and the mind can be seen as the tuner to extract the information from the energy, as a tuner on a radio will extract the information from a particular radio signal. The body portion extends past the actual physicalness of the body through the wave portion of the particle nature. As discussed in the creativity perspective on localized and non-localized energy, a physical object is a localized energy and will have both a wave nature and a particle nature. Our body, as a vehicle for a physical experience, can sense any energy in creation, but it preferentially detects energy, which gives rise to the physical experience of a human being, much like a pre-tuned radio tuner to select frequencies of energy. A major component of the focus in the physical plane arises from how much our five senses dominate our experiences in physical creation, but we are receptive to many energies other than through the five senses through what is often called our sixth sense. It is these other energies we sense and our mind's interpretation of them which makes the human experience different than that of what we would call an animal in physical creation.